Hello everyone, I'm Chris. Previously we have looked at network configuration protocol. Today we will look at another popular technology related to network configuration management, yet another next generation. Yang is a data modeling language that defines and describes data of protocols such as netconf. The Yang model is an abstraction and expression of data features. The Yang model file defines the data hierarchy, constraints on data execution, data operation types, and other content. A device uses Yang independent notation to parse the Yang model. Yin is a Yang expressed in XML format. Yin and Yang use different representation methods to convey equivalent information. Yin leverages tools such as the existing XML parser in various programming languages. These tools can be used to filter and verify data, automatically generate code and files, or perform other tasks. This improves the efficiency of parsing the Yang model. Let's look at how the Yang model is generated. First, in terms of the data definition and description, traditional command lines are character strings. Second, although the simple network management protocol and management information base model can monitor networks, they do not perform well in managing configurations and cannot isolate configuration data from state data. Third, XML is a tag-based markup language that has a complex structure and is difficult to read and understand. To address the preceding issues faced by carriers and OTT providers, the IETF Standards Organization released the Yang base in 2010 to define a simple data model and various data operation types. This unifies management of devices from different vendors and combines netconf and telemetry to implement simple and efficient network management and monitoring. Currently, Huawei supports 3 types of Yang files: Standard Yang released by IETF, OC Yang released by OpenConfig, and proprietary Yang defined by Huawei. These Yang files define various service-featured data models involving features such as basic system management, reliability, routing, VPN, and security. A Yang file consists of the following components. 1. Definition of the Yang file header includes the module definition, namespace, version, model description, and introduction. 2. Import of external model files. The import statement is used to import a module from an external model, and the include statement is used for a parent module to import a child module. 3. Type definition. 1. Yang has built-in basic data types such as integer, enumerated, and binary. 2. These basic data types can be extended using the typedef statement according to application requirements. 4. Definition of configuration and state data. Yang can model state data and configuration data using the config statement. If a node is tagged with config false, its subhierarchy is flagged as state data. If a node is tagged with config true, its subhierarchy is flagged as configuration data. 5. Definitions of RPC and event notification. The client uses the RPC element to encapsulate RPC request information and sends the RPC request information to the server using a secure connection-oriented session. The server uses the RPC reply element to encapsulate RPC response information, content at the operation and content layers, and sends the RPC response information to the client. You can define names, input parameters, and output parameters for operations in the Yang model through RPCs or the action statement. Yang provides the RPC keyword, and an operation at the top layer of the model can be defined. The action statement in Yang can be associated with the container and list nodes to define operations such as reset, reboot, and copy for leaf nodes. The action statement includes the input and output statements. Netconf notification is a netconf-based mechanism for alarm and event subscription and reporting. It provides a data model-based asynchronous reporting service. Yang allows the definition of notifications suitable for netconf. Yang data definition statements are used to model the notification content. Netconf is different from the single transmission and single receiving mechanism of RPC packets, which a client uses to query data. Netconf notifications allow a server to proactively send notification packets to a client in case of an alarm or an event. Netconf notifications apply to scenarios where real-time detection of devices is required, For example, alarms and events reported to an NMS through netconf. 6. Definition of other model nodes. Yang inserts external nodes into the data model using the augment statement. For example, a vendor inserts vendor-specific parameters into the standard data model in an interoperable manner. The augment statement defines the location where new nodes are inserted in the data model hierarchy. The key syntax and concepts of the Yang model data segment are as follows. The leaf, list, and container nodes define the data hierarchy. The when, must, and other statements define the constraints of data. You can obtain the Yang model in several ways. 1. Visit the Huawei technical support website to obtain the Yang model file. 2. Perform the get schema function on an NMS to obtain all Yang model files from a device. 3. An upgraded device can use the Yang library change mechanism to instruct the NMS to quickly obtain the changed Yang file in incremental mode. In a lab environment, you can use the netconf browser tool to load the Yang file of a device and simulate the transmission and receiving of Yang XML packets to configure and manage the device. You can visit the Huawei technical support website to obtain Yang API documents. These documents provide details about how to query and obtain operation types, packet examples, and parameter description supported by each service feature in the Yang model. Yang can define data models for the netconf, RESTconf, and telemetry protocols. I'll describe the relationship between Yang files and XML, JSON, and GPB data encoding formats. Yang can be considered as a data template. After data is filled in the template on the NMS or controller, XML, JSON, and GPB packets are generated for different protocols. Data is then parsed from these packets on the device side, and specific actions are performed. The Yang model can be used in the following 3 scenarios to manage devices. Interconnection with a Huawei controller or NMS, interconnection with the user-developed controller, and interconnection with a third-party controller or IT management system. The Yang model brings several benefits when being used in netconf or RESTconf. The Yang model allows device vendors to model data based on standard syntax and export device identifier formats to devices. The Yang model helps you utilize the existing tools to copy and compare the configuration files in the text format. By grouping users and operation rules, the Yang model implements role-based access control, minimum authorization, and data-oriented and task-oriented access control. In addition, the Yang model checks the consistency of access control lists across devices to ensure that network devices have consistent policies. When being used in telemetry, the Yang model monitors the network status in real time, predicts network faults and risks, analyzes O&M data, quickly locates network problems, and provides analysis, conclusions, and closed-loop policies. The Yang model is used extensively. It provides network configuration management and network status monitoring for devices in an efficient and simple manner. That's all for today's Yang introduction. Thanks for watching. See you next time.